This is Leslie Walker-Hirsch, and today I'm talking with Liz Weintraub and Phil Weintraub, two self-advocates. Now, you might be wondering why they have the same last name. Do you think they're brother and sister, or is there another reason? Phil, why do you have the same last name as Liz?
We're married.
Oh, that's great. And Liz, did you have a different name before you were married?
Yes, Obermeyer.
And say that again, please.
Obermeyer.
And you decided to change your name to Weintraub to share it with Phil.
Yes.
And what did your family think of that?
They were all for it. It was actually very important to my mother that we changed our names. I changed
Well,
my
that's
name.
great. And Phil, you and Liz have known each other for more than 10 years. Did you date for a long time before that?
We dated for a couple of years because I was actually was in a relationship with somebody else when we first met. But
So you got to know each other. And how did you meet Liz?
We met at picnic for self-advocacy.
So self-advocacy is an important part of both of your lives.
Yes.
And so self-advocacy, aside from helping you to state what you want and what's important to you, it's another way to socialize too, isn't it?
Yes.
Great. And what were some of the obstacles that you faced in trying to have an adult relationship?
Well, the biggest was what Phil just said. He was dating someone else. So I
That is an obstacle.
Yeah, I needed to figure out a way to get her out of the picture. And one of my ways, like a South Advocate, we were at the conference, South Advocates, our conventions, and I followed them around from door to door, like a puppy dog.
Well, I think you had love at first sight.
Yes.
And Phil, did you feel that way too? You feel the chemistry between you?
yes,
And Phil, what are some of the things that you like about Liz that attracted you to her?
all about the self-advocacy, and also she and I both have fathers that were in the newspaper business.
And so you found out that you had a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
And where did you go on your first date?
He was nice enough to come and help me pack.
So he came to visit you.
Because she was moving down. She was moving down close to work, close to me. So I went out took the train out to Baltimore and helped her pack.
That's lovely. That's lovely. And I know that the two of you commute to work every day. What part of the country do you live in now?
Maryland.
And Liz, you also live in Maryland. And did you always live there?
No, I guess from 18 to early in my 30s, I traveled around the country. I moved from New Jersey to Boston to Baltimore.
Oh boy, you have been around.
Yeah.
And I know you both go into work. So Liz, what kind of work do you do?
I work in the advocacy field.
In the advocacy field. And Phil, what kind of work do you do?
Office type work.
For whom? Who do you work for?
For a law firm.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you both go off to work every day, and then at the end of the day, you're happy to come home to each other.
Yes.
Lovely. And how about your families? You know, sometimes families of self-advocates are a little bit nervous when their adult children want to go on dates and have a romance. How did your families respond?
It was really important that my parents, it was really important to my parents that they met with Phil's parents by themselves. And at first, because I'm a self-advocate and nothing about me without me, really bothered me that we weren't at that dinner. I was like, wait a minute, this is about us and we're not there. But it turned out that they were talking about newspapers and just getting to know each other as human beings, as poor people, and they really weren't talking about us very much.
You know, when you marry someone, for the good and bad of it, you also marry their whole family. And so it was important for your families to know and get to know each other too.
Yes.
And how did what kind of advice, what did your families do to help you to carry out your relationship? Phil, what did your family do to
They just
help
want to be
you?
sure that like the person's right and they're not going to try and take advantage of me. That's all they cared.
And so how did they help you with that?
They just want to be sure they know the person, they knew the family, and just knew that the person's gonna be treat me like just like anyone else in a relationship and not taking advantage of me is what they were doing.
And Liz, did your mother give you any advice?
Yes. Her biggest advice was to make your best friend. And Phil is my best friend.
Oh, that's great. Because, you know, not only do you have him as a husband, but a companion to
Yes.
do stuff with and come home to and make a life with.
Yes.
And Liz, what kind of advice would you give to other self-advocates who want to have romance? Whoops.
Yes. We all get lonely, and we know that loneliness is a big issue in this field. But marriage isn't a cause. Marriage isn't the answer to being lonely. Don't get married because you're lonely. Get married because you love the person.
That's very good advice. And I know you're coming up on a big anniversary this year, 10 years. Phil, do you have some special plans for this anniversary?
We're gonna take a trip together.
Oh, that's great. A honeymoon, a second honeymoon?
Yes.
Excellent. And I haven't asked you, what kind of plans do you have for the future?
I guess.
Just doing stuff together, going and traveling around the world together, and just enjoying each other.
And to be a friend. We look at, or I look at a marriage as being in a friendship. It's a lifelong friendship.
That's very nice. And you had mentioned to me that some of your friends have children.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
It's okay for them, but it's not okay for us.
So you've talked about that and you've made a decision about how your future will be.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to say about your relationship or that you'd like to tell both professionals and parents of other self-advocates?
I think that I think that don't be afraid of self-advocates getting married because we're just human beings.
Yeah. But as long as you be sure that they're going to actually be like a friendship and just a relationship, not be taking advantage of each other.
And about this, about having kids. We have several friends who have kids. It might not be right for us, but it's right for them. And who are you to tell that? Who are you or anyone telling that my friends can't have kids just because of their disability?
Well, I think that's really important that people are able to advocate for their own rights and make decisions that other adults make. And so I want to thank you so much for spending this time talking to me and sharing information about your wonderful marriage and relationship. Thanks so much. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.